Welcome back. You're watching a Young Turk special. We have with us Anand Narayanan, CEO Mitra Jabong, and actor and entrepreneur Deepika Padukone. Now, Deepika, you come from a different background. You did not breathe, eat, or sleep movies. How difficult was it to fit in the world of movies when you just started?
I wouldn't say issues or problems, but is there, is it difficult in the beginning? Of course it is, because you venture, for me, coming from a sports background into the modeling world and then to become an actor, to have absolutely no knowledge or any sort of exposure. My only learning has been on a film set, with the work that I've done, with the people that I've worked with, some movies that I've done, which which every movie teaches you something.
Sure.
And today that's given me a lot more wisdom in terms of what sort of directors I want to work with, what sort of films I want to do, what is it I don't want to do. And I think it's the same with with this label as well. I feel like it's started off with passion, and it's the same sort of passion and drive that keeps me going.
By the way, one very unique thing about All About You, which we have tried and it's working, is I think we're the only brand which has both Western and ethnic and Indian both going together, right? I think that's an experiment. It's worked well so far, but that was actually stretching the limits, right? And trying something new, right? Which no other brand in the country has attempted.
Can you take us through some numbers?
Sure.
What kind of growth are you seeing with All About You?
Yeah, so the brand's grown 150% year on year, which is almost double the rate of the platform, right? It's scaled really well. It's the top 5 brand in women's wear on Myntra, and it's got to that position very, very quickly. By the way, we're starting to sell it on Jabong now as well. And I think even there, by the way, it's actually become a top 10 brand very, very quickly. So I think it's scaling very well.
Deepika, tell us what is in store. I believe you're soon going to shoot for the spring collection.
Yes.
What's in store? What can we all expect at All About You?
I think, again, keeping the season in mind, just a lot of I think for me, again, the fabrics are really important, and especially because we live in India, I think keeping the weather and keeping the seasons in mind, so the fabrics, just softer, lighter fabrics, a lot of lace, a lot of floral prints, a lot of pastels, similar to what I'm wearing now. This is from the new collection. So just a lot of freshness, vibrant, but I think a theme that sort of is across, or whether we do spring, summer, whether we do autumn, winter, is comfort. Irrespective of what we design, which season it is, comfort is very, very we build it from there.
Director Satyajit Ray, in his book Our Films and Their Films, has written about the difference in cinema between India and abroad. You've worked both in Bollywood and Hollywood. How would you describe Our Films and Their Films?
The language might be different, but I think the intent is really the same. The passion and the enthusiasm is really the same everywhere. So when I worked there, it was maybe new faces, but that's about it. It was the same process, the same passion, the same enthusiasm, so maybe it used to be ours and theirs back then.
Not now.
Definitely not now.
Coming to you, Anand, Myntra acquired Jabong, over 6 months ago. Tell me, how does Flipkart, Myntra, Jabong all coexist, maintaining the uniqueness?
Firstly, by the way, across the Flipkart family, we own about 70% of the market, which is a good position to be in. Myntra and Jabong are the mass premium play, right? I think we basically sell slightly more, I would say mass premium. It's not premium, but mass premium. Jabong, by the way, has a more North Indian market share. It also has slightly higher women market share. And therefore it's very complementary. By the way, between Myntra and Jabong, there's less than 30% customer overlap. So we're not cannibalizing each other. So I would say Myntra and Jabong is the mass premium play. Flipkart is the mass play, right? I think it's actually appeals to a huge unbranded market that I think they're trying to organize.
And Myntra and Jabong are always going to be separate entities?
Always going to be separate entities. I think they're going to be 2 different brands. We will for sure do some synergies around supply chain, around technology, and so on. But I think as brands, we keep them as separate because they appeal to a different set of customers.
Since you've joined Myntra, you've brought in a lot of technology. For instance, Moda Rapido, your artificial intelligence tool that helps designers design clothes. Throw some light on that, and where else can it be used?
So Moda Rapido is a brand that sells on Myntra. It has no designers whatsoever. It has product managers and engineers. So it does only jeans and t-shirts. but it actually creates an algorithm that says, here's the recipe. It crawls through Myntra, it crawls through Jabong, it crawls through Flipkart, and says what's selling well, what's not. It identifies the patterns that sell the best, puts them together, and says, here's a recipe for a t-shirt that'll sell well. Then you have a fast supply chain that actually produces it.
Yeah.
So by the way, I mean, Moto Rapido has the highest profitability, the lowest discounting,
Okay.
and it's also a very fast-growing brand. And it's a very interesting experiment. So in fact, one of the things we're doing is we actually have designers and our AI program compete with each other every now and then and see what actually sells better.
Wow.
And over a period of time, it will get better and better.
Yeah.
So we use that technology, and I'm very excited about it. And I think it's applicable, by the way, to all brands that we work with.
So Deepika, you know, it's kind of a full circle for you. You started as a fashion model, and now you own a fashion brand. How does it feel, and what has been the biggest learning so far as an entrepreneur?
Every day I'm learning something new, whether it's, you know, maybe something as simple as the amount of effort that it takes to actually make one garment. Right now, let's say I'm understanding business terms. So everything that the two of you have discussed that I haven't been a part of today, I've definitely understood. Maybe 2 years ago, I wouldn't understand these big terms.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Being way too modest. She doesn't understand it. She actually reads the reports that get sent to her.
Yes,
So
that's
I
what
actually
his team told me, that you actually read
So-
all the financial reports that they send you.
I do.
Yeah, and now,
It's good. It's
yeah,
good.
that's good. So you're in sync with all the numbers and where your brand is going, how much of it is selling,
Yes.
all of that.
Yes.
All right, on that note, it's time for a short break, but don't go anywhere as we put Anant and Deepika on a quick rapid fire. Stay tuned.
God.